Construya su video rocola.
Construction of a Zobel network. The Zobel network is a filter class, which takes care of for fixing the transfer impedance. Initially this was used in telecommunications, and has multiple configurations, for a great variety of uses. On the amplifier's subject, this helps to protect the speaker output. The Zobel network consists of 4 components, like this. 1 resistor and 1 capacitor in series between themselves, that to his time are in parallel, with respect to the speaker of the amplifier. Then see a coil and a resistance in parallel, that is found in series with the speaker output. The Zobel network or oscillation lock has several functions. In first place, is used for that the amplifier, see to it output a load resistive, instead of the load inductive, that presents the speaker. In second place, avoids the step of current inverse, generated by the speaker, that can get to damage the amplifier outputs. And finally, without being less important, helps to reduce the possibility of oscillations of high frequency, that can get to reheat the amplifier. Then we will see how to build a network of Zobel, serving to many amplifiers. Materials. Printed circuit board, you can be made in fiberglass or bakelite. In the video description, you can download the PDF file. 2 resistors, of 10 ohms, to 5 watts. 4 resistors, of 22 ohms, to 1 watt. 2 capacitors of 0.1 microfarad, to 250 volts. An insulated copper wire, 16 AWG gauge. Assembly. We will begin by making the coils. We take wire enameled copper, and around a 1/2 inch drill bit. We roll up 12 turns. They must be well aligned, and without spaces between a turn and another turn. We cut the excess wire. The coil should be as perfect as possible. Now, we must, as the coil will be welded at the PCB, remove dielectric varnish of their terminals, so that later the solder to stick. For this we use coarse grit sandpaper, in this case, grain 80. We must be careful not to mistreat the coil, not to deform it, and also not to scrape the spiral's enamel. This work is done with great care. We make 2 equal coils. The resistor of 10 ohms to 5 watts, must enter perfectly inside of the coil. Then fold our terminals downward. We insert the set, formed by the coil, and the resistance, in the PCB. We put the other set. Now place the 22 ohm resistors in their respective place. Remember that as the resistors are connected in parallel, they become a single resistor, of 11 ohms to 2 watts. And we put the 0.1 microfarad capacitor, in its respective place. We place the other 2 resistors of 22 ohms, to 1 watt. And finally, we place the 0.1 microfarads capacitor. Remember to use as a guide the component mask, delivered in the PDF file. We proceed to weld all the components. Remember that the correct way to weld, is done, joining welding, soldering iron and parts to be welded at the same time. with the aid of a nail clipper or a wire cutter, we cut off the surplus of the component terminals. Now, place the 6-pin terminals Molex type, to which we have previously removed the pin in between, and in the opposite direction, so that when installing the circuit, it can only be connected in one direction. Finally, we weld the terminals with the PCB. The welding should be plentiful, and perfectly surround each pin. We have ready our Zobel network, which we can use with a great variety of amplifiers. Success!
Watch our suggested videos. We invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Go to the toll button and check the box Send Me Updates. Join us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Visit our website construyasuvideorocola.com.